bad situation. And so whenever I first looked at this industry, I thought, there is no way. I'm a math teacher. Like, I have no business even dabbling in sales. But I tried different things. Like, I tried to make tutus, which I don't know why I did that. I'm not creative. So that ended very quickly. And then I looked at getting a second job. However, my second job, it would have been just enough to cover the extra childcare that I would need for the second job. So I was like, nope, that's not it either. And then my husband, he said, well, I'll just drop out of college and get a second job, because he was already working a night shift. And I was like, no, you worked so many jobs to put me through school. I don't want you to drop out. And, like, that's not what I want. That is how I even looked into this industry. Like, seriously, guys, I felt like I was pushed into a corner. This was not something that was like, oh my gosh, yes, sign me up. Like, I want to do that. Like, no, I was so adamant. Like, there's no way I'm doing that. And I was so scared I was going to be that teacher that other teachers would like hide their face when they were walking down the hall, or hide from me in the teacher's lounge, or, y'all know, like, I see other teachers that are on here. Like, I was so scared of judgment. I did not post my entire first year on social media. Didn't post. I just was so scared of what people thought of me. And then I went to something similar to this, and I saw, it was in person though. And so I saw people on stage, and they were sharing their stories, and they were sharing what this industry had done for them. And I thought, you know what if I go all in for just 30 days? What if I just see what I can make happen in 30 days? Like, what if I just stop caring about what everyone thinks of me for 30 days? And at the end of 30 days, if I still have friends on Facebook, because y'all, I seriously thought the moment I started posting, everybody was going to delete and block me. It was so bad. But I was like, if I do it for 30 days and just see what I can make happen. Y'all, I did it for 30 days. Within 3 months, I retired myself from teaching. I retired my husband from his he was an electrician at that point, retired my husband from his electrician job, and we have been a full-time family ever since. So whenever I say, I hope you are a sponge this week, I hope you soak it all in this week, because you can you could start right now. Like, you don't even have to wait till the end, but whenever this week is over, it could be your turning point that you're like, what if I just go all in for 30 days? What if instead of dipping my big toe in, what if I jump all in and make some waves? Like, instead of a puddle, what if I make waves? Instead of, like, what if I move mountains? Like, what if I just go all in? What does that look like? And I mean, I tell people all the time, I'm like, aren't you just curious? Like, aren't you just curious how much potential you truly have? Because can you turn it up a notch? Can you go just a little bit harder? My big thing that I always say is just one more. Like, can you do just one more? One more message, one more reach out, one more connection, one more invite to an event, one more mini experience, like whatever it looks like. So anyways, that's kind of like how I got started in the industry. Fast forward to 2017, still in the industry, still doing really good. We had bought 2 homes, traveled the world, like, wonderful experience in the industry, but I just was not happy. I had hit this valley, is what I call it. And I saw a girl posting about Thrive on Facebook, and I had seen it so much, and I just would roll my eyes and scroll past. I was already taking vitamins, but I did not know that you were supposed to feel your vitamins working. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. And so anyway, she shared a story about how it helps someone with their energy and moods. And I was like, okay, like, what is it? I just want to try that. I tried it. Long story short, it kicked in for me on day 2. I became a customer. I had my husband try it, my mom try it, my friend try it, a couple of others try it. They all felt it working too. Since I was letting everybody try it, I ran out on day 10. I messaged her. Well, me and my husband were sitting at this kitchen table I'm at right now. And he's like, what are you going to do? Guys, keep in mind, like I said, I was with another company. Like, I was with another company doing really well. And he's like, what are you going to do? And I said, well, if I have you and mom order, then I'll get mine for free. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my Thrive for free, because I can't go without it. And he's like, Kayla, you know so many more people than just me and your mom. I was like, you're right. But, are you sure? Like, I don't know. I'm scared, because it would be starting all over. That's exactly what we did. I called my friend Amanda, and y'all are going to be hearing from her later this week, Amanda Arnett. And I said, I'm ready. Let's go. And so I joined Thrive. I was a promoter. And guys, once again, I'm not a salesperson. So I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I came in because of a mini experience. So I thought, well, I'm just going to tell people to try it. Like, that's it. I'll just tell people to try it. Try a mini experience. Try a 3-day, try a 6-day. Like, I'm not even going to try to explain it to you. I don't like, just try it. The energy is awesome. The mood support is amazing. The suppressed appetite is out of this world. You don't believe me? Try it. You don't believe me? I didn't believe it either. Try it. Like, that's all I did. And that's the team that came in with me. Like, that's how we had them do, was just talk mini experiences, just get mini experiences out. Within 30 days, we did $80,000 in sales. And I was just like, what is even happening? So fast forward a couple months, like, y'all, I got into this industry because I could not afford my 2006 Honda Civic. It was time for me to go pick out a Cadillac. And I remember walking through the dealership and looking at my husband and saying, every single one of these vehicles has leather seats. I had never owned a vehicle with leather seats. And still to this day, I will get in my vehicle and just leather seats. Somebody has them muted. Okay, I think she got it. But I would just feel the leather seats still, like, just feel them, because it's just that moment of remembering where I came from and where I am today. And that's the thing, is like, I love how in this industry, success is not going to discriminate. It doesn't matter what your past looks like. It doesn't even matter where you start. All that matters is where you're going. So hopefully at the end of this week, if you don't know yet, you figure out exactly where you're going. Where do you want to go? Do you not visualize that all the time? I'm actually part of a 90-day push right now, which I'm obsessed with 90-day pushes. Like, that is what completely changed my business. Anytime that there's a big shift in my business, it usually comes from the results of a 90-day push. So we started a 90-day push on August 1st. It goes until October 31st, Halloween. I'm super excited for that. And I mean, it's just that, and I'm so excited that this revival is kind of a part of it, because whenever I think of revival, I'm just like reviving the spirit, reviving, your excitement, and giving yourself permission to get crazy excited. And that's what we're doing in this 90-day push. And we're figuring out exactly where we want to go. Where do we want to end on October 31st? So with all that said, that's my story. We went 80K in 30 days. I was not ready for that. We stayed 80K for a year before we went 200K. And then we went 200K in June of 2018. So here we are a couple of years later, and I am so ready. Like, my big thing that I'm focused on right now is I'm ready to have 200Ks on my team. Like, I'm ready to see my team go 200K. I'm ready to be $1 million team. Like, that's what I'm hungry for right now. So, okay, I got chat pulled up. This is where I'm going to start kind of feeding off of y'all, because now you guys know my story. So one of the things, whenever I do a 90-day push, or whenever I want to kind of revive my business, one of the things I have to be sure of is I have some type of organization in place. I am not a green personality. Are y'all familiar with the color personalities? I'm going to talk about it, but I am not naturally a green personality. I'm naturally a red. So I just want to go hardcore, 100 miles per hour, foot on the gas, like, not even like, let's just go. But if I'm not organized, there are so many people that's going to fall through the cracks. With that being said, I can guarantee you the green personalities are going to have a much better system of organization than I do. I use a 5-subject notebook because I am still a pen and paper girl. There are, like Natasha, she does Excel, like, she's the Excel queen in my eyes. If you are an Excel queen, like, run, like, you do you, but I am pen and paper. So I use a 5-subject notebook. In my first section, that's where I put my potentials. These are my likes on statuses. These are my comments. These are my story viewers, the ones that watch my story from the start till the end. A really quick way I do that is I just go to the end and look at who the viewers are on that one. So these are the people that's watching my stories, the people that are liking, commenting, that kind of stuff. But they have not tried a mini experience. Like, they have not tried Thrive. So that's my potentials in section 1. And a lot of the times the questions I get is, do you write down the names that like and comment on your posts that are not Thrive related? Yes. And I'm going to explain that here in a second, because sometimes it's like we make a post about our kid or our dog, and it's like people come out of the woodworks to like and comment. And then we post about our sticker and it's like crickets. It's like, I know you guys are seeing it. Like, what are you doing? So anyways, yes, I write down the people that like and comment on my non-Thrive posts as well. Section 2 is your mini experiencers. Those are your happy packers, the ones that have tried a 3-day or a 6-day, but they have not ordered or joined your team yet. So that's section 2. Section 3 is my customers. So those are the ones that have ordered. And usually I have something down beside them, like what they ordered, maybe the date that they ordered, something like that. I know green personalities that have these in such better systems, but this is mine. And then section 4 is my promoters. And usually with the promoters, I really like to put their color personality. I really like to put their why, that out beside them. And then section 5 is my self-development, because honestly, guys, this industry is like self-development with a compensation plan. As soon as you believe that you are worthy of success, as soon as you believe that you deserve $30,000 a month or, $30,000 a week, then you'll get it. It truly is. It's just making the decision and believing it. So self-development is massive. It is just as important. Whenever people talk time management to me, I'm like, I spend a third of my time on my existing team. I spend a third of my time on bringing in new, and I spend a third of my time on self-development. That to me is the best method for success with time management. Because if I'm not careful, then I will go into management mode. And that's whenever I'm just working with my team. And if I'm not careful, then I'll just go into enrollment mode. And that's where I'm just bringing in new. And if I'm not careful, then I'll forget self-development and start trying to do this from an empty cup. And you will not. You cannot do this from an empty cup. How many people? Oh, we got 100 people in here. Hey, y'all. Okay, so you cannot do this from an empty cup. You just can't. You can't do life on empty, right? So you've got to fit in that self-development every single day, And whatever that looks like for you, whether it's an audiobook, whether it's reading, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's a podcast, but find your speaker. Find the one that moves you. And self-development, let me be very clear on this. Self-development is not having something on in the background for a cute Instagram story, being like, oh, look at me, I'm listening to whatever. No, that's not self-development. If it does not move you, if you do not feel if you don't feel touched by it, you're not doing self-development right. So make sure you are finding your speaker and not just checking off a box oh, I listened to something today. No, find something that moves you. That's whenever true growth happens. So anyways, that's my time management and organization. I use the 5-subject notebook. Something else I do every single day, I swear by it, is what I call the core 4. I wake up and I do this and I repeat it every single day, because every day I have to do this business on purpose. If you don't wake up and do this business on purpose, you're not going to do this business. It's how it is. So every single day I have to wake up and I have to choose to do this on purpose. Whenever I was, yes, exactly, Rachel. Y'all, I'm telling you, I keep chat pulled up, so y'all just keep talking to me. But anyways, whenever I was teaching and all I had was my prep period and my lunch break, and then a lot of times the principals love to schedule meetings in your prep periods. So sometimes I just had that really quick lunch break, and that's if I wasn't on lunch duty. And then I had a newborn, and then my husband worked a night shift, so it was really just me and that newborn. Guys, I did not have time. Time was not my friend. So really making sure that I do the most out of my day, and that's where the core 4 comes in. Every single day. Part 1 of core 4 is statuses and stories. Do not let your stories go blank. It almost happened to me today. I was like, oh my gosh. Honestly, if you go and look at my story, it's me saying, I've been busy. I'm sorry, but I'm still thriving. That's my story right now, because today and last night has just been insane. But anyway, stories and statuses every single day. And do not try to do a status oh, it's lunch, I need to put up a status. Has anybody ever tried to do that? How does that work for you? Because that does not work for me. I can't be oh, it's noon, I need to get a status up. Or, oh, it's morning time, I need to get a status up. Or, oh, it's evening, I need to get a status up. No, Tommy's it doesn't work. Yeah, exactly. So I do batch work. That is where I will, maybe I've done some self-development and I'm feeling super inspired. And so I think that was actually Q that said that. Sorry, I'm just reading first names, but I'll get into my notes and I'll start typing out different status ideas. And I call it batch working. And I mean, I will just write out as many statuses as I can. I also follow certain leaders that just fill my cup. And if they post a really cool status, I'm like, oh, like that's so good. I won't copy and paste it, but I'll copy it and I'll paste it into my notes and I'll edit it to match me. And that way I have it ready for a noon post or for a morning post. Because like I said, there's no way that it's going to be like, oh, it's noon, feel inspired. Like, no. Usually, like, there's a kid running around. It's just not a good scenario. So I do a lot of batch working. But anyways, that's part one, stories and statuses. Part two is messaging. I message every single day. And I know there's a lot of people, a lot of leaders that may not do it that way. I'm just telling you how I do it. I message every single day. Every single day. And that's not follow-up is another part. This is messaging new people. This is messaging and building relationships. This is messaging and making connections. This is messaging and saying, oh my gosh, I love your sunglasses. I love your shirt. I love your hair. I love your, like, where did you get that? Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute. Where do you buy their clothes? Like, whatever, right? Messaging. And the reason why is because I know what that messaging is going to lead to. It's going to lead to, like today, I messaged a ton of people saying, hey, I'm getting mini experiences out for the week. I just wanted to see if you've thought any more about trying a 3-day or a 6-day to see what it does for you. I send those every single Monday. Hey, I'm getting mini experiences out for the week. I just wanted to see if you've thought about trying a 3-day or a 6-day to see what it does for you. Every single Monday. Every single Wednesday, I message all of my new connections saying, hey, I don't know if you would be interested or not, but we're having a super short event tomorrow night, and it kind of goes over what it is I even do with this whole Thrive thing. I just wanted to see if you would be my VIP guest and check it out. So like every week, I know what I'm building for. I'm building for events. I'm building for mini experiences. So that's whenever you're messaging with a purpose. I'm not just messaging hoping they ask me about Thrive. That's not how I do my business. I message and I bring up Thrive if we've been talking for a couple times and it hasn't came up yet. Because I know whenever you message somebody, the first thing they're going to do is watch your story and check your page. That's why we do statuses and stories, right? So I know they've already seen that I do Thrive. Okay, so that's part two, messaging. Part three is expanding your network. You are not going to become a millionaire with the same network that you began with. You're just not. So how are you adding to your network every single day? We have a ton of different ways to do this, whether it's through groups or through host to post or whatever you want to do, but you have to expand your network every single day. Every single day, you've got to add some new friends and add friends that relate to you. You know, Katie Muntz, she was helping us with a promoter training the other night. And she said, if you're, a stay-at-home mom, don't be adding people from travel groups. I was like, oh, you're right. And she's like, if you're like a dog mom, don't be adding like cat moms. Like, what are you doing? If you're a girl mom, why are you adding boy moms? Like, she's like, find the people that are going to automatically relate to you. And it's so true. So when you're building your network, be strategic about it. Who are you going to be bringing into your network? Be strategic. I want positive people. I'm a cheer mom, so I really connect with cheer moms. I have golden doodles, so I have golden doodle friends. Who are you going to bring into your network? But you have to expand that every single day. And then part four is follow up. You got to follow up every single day. Sorry, I'm looking at, yeah, Brenda. Brenda's like, if that's my Brenda that just said that, she is like the host to post queen. It is insane. Okay, so that's core 4. That's organization. If y'all have any questions, drop them in chat because I'm about to kind of switch gears a little bit because this is what I make sure I do every single day. I make sure I stay organized. I make sure I do my core 4. But then something else that I had to start doing is I had to start celebrating consistency, okay? Lexi said, where do I find those people like you to add? One of the quickest ways is joining Facebook groups, like finding a Facebook group. Like I'm in a lot of Golden Doodle Facebook groups. I'm in a lot of Cheer Mama Facebook groups. I'm in Northwest Arkansas. So I'm in a lot of Northwest Arkansas women Facebook groups, even in your area, right? So just those Facebook groups is a really good way. Yeah. Okay. So celebrating consistency. What I mean by that is I used to be like, okay, if it's a Monday. Have y'all set your goals for the week yet? So I was setting my goals today for the week. And yes, I have goals of how many customers I want to sign and how many promoters I want to sign. But I don't want to be like, well, if I sign that many, then I'll celebrate. No, I want to celebrate consistency. I compare this to weight loss. It's just what I do. Because if I'm trying to lose 20 pounds, I don't want to be like, okay, when I lose my first 5 pounds, I'm going to celebrate. No, whenever I stay on eating healthier, whenever I move my body every single day for 2 weeks, I want to celebrate, right? I want to celebrate this new lifestyle. I want to celebrate me taking control of my health. I want to celebrate, me taking the right methods to get me to where I want to go. You don't need scales. You just need to celebrate that you're doing the right steps. It's the same thing with this business. Start celebrating consistency. Celebrate when you do one full week of foot on the gas as like push down as hard as you can. Celebrate consistency. It changes everything, or it did for me anyways. Whenever I started focusing more on things that I could control, because I was focusing on like what my team was doing, like if I was signing customers, if I was signing promoters, and I would get down. Because y'all, we all go through planting seed seasons, right? We all go through times where we have to plant the seed. We all go through times where we have to water them. We go through times where there's no harvest. July was the driest month ever for me, just letting you guys know. We're back at it for the month though. We're good now. But I mean, we go through those seasons. And if I'm only celebrating when my PPA is like 20 or more, if I'm only celebrating whenever, no, I celebrate consistency. And so I really wanted to talk to you guys about that. And then just kind of going into color person. Well, hold on, let me look over my notes real quick because I don't know if I want to go into color personalities just yet. But celebrating consistency, making the decision daily to work this on purpose, which we've kind of already talked about. One of my big mottos for this 90-day push, anybody that's doing it with me knows this, is we wrote on our mirrors. Before we started, we wrote on our mirrors what our goal was. And then we wrote on them, my family deserves more, or I deserve more. And we wrote on it, I am the storm. Because here's the thing. So we're doing this revival week, and maybe some of you are starting to relaunch your business or really starting to try to not just dip your big toe, but like go all in. So whenever you do that, life is going to turn up. Like whenever you start to try to better yourself, life is going to throw you curveballs. It's just how it works. It's weird, but it's how it works. And that's whenever, like, every day I look in the mirror, I want to remind myself, it may feel like there's such a big storm around me, and my fear is going to whisper, like, you cannot withstand this storm. And all I want to do is look right back in that mirror and say, no, I am the storm. My family deserves more. So that's like my big motto for this entire 90-day push. And I wanted to share that with y'all because, like I said, whether it's this revival week or, maybe you're in the midst of it right now, I just want you to like give yourself permission to realize things are going to go crazy around you sometimes. Just because you're like, I'm ready to commit, I'm ready to go all in, I'm ready to, run with this business, it doesn't mean like things are going to start just going real smooth for you. It's not how it works at all. But just remember, like, I am the storm. And I have to say that to myself quite a few times, and we're only 17 days in. Yeah, same. Like my mirror, and actually I erased my mirror yesterday and rewrote all over it because I just needed that moment of writing on it again and on claiming it again and saying, I am the storm again. Like that's what I needed to just tell myself, right? Just having those moments with yourself. And that kind of brings me to the next thing. Like, what story are you telling yourself? What are the stories that you say every single day to yourself? Are you giving yourself so many excuses of why you're not showing up? Guys, we all have excuses. All of us. All of us have excuses of why it's hard to show up sometimes. All of us. So what story are you telling yourself? For a long time, I was telling myself that people judged me. And they do, but they're going to judge me whether I post or whether I don't. They're going to judge me whether I provide for my family or I don't. They're going to judge me whether I go back to being a teacher or I stay right here in my lane and do what I love. They're going to judge me regardless. So why not run and make such an epic life for my family, right? So what is the story that you're telling yourself? We can all find reasons to not work this. All of us can. And sometimes when life does turn up, it's like, oh, people don't understand. That's whenever I have to realize there is somebody else in my exact same shoes. Guys, there's people that are homeless, that are having to go up to like McDonald's for Wi-Fi. that are working this business that's going to be going 12K. And that's what's going to completely change their life. There's people that are working this in homeless shelters. There's people that are working this in hospital rooms right now because they're sick or what. Like, we know what's happening. And that's whenever I just have to shake myself and be like, all I need, like, everybody can find a ton of excuses to not work. All I need is to find one reason why to go all in. So if you don't know your why, yeah, remember your why, exactly. If you don't know your why, don't let this week end without you figuring it out. What is your why? For me, I want to bring my parents home. You know, I brought myself home. I brought my husband home. I want to bring my dad home. My mom, we moved her in last night. She moved up here. We moved her. She lived 4 hours away from me. We moved her in last night, and she's actually outside playing with my daughter and with my husband right now. So she's retiring, and I really want to retire my dad. That's my why. So what is your why? Why are you waking up every day? Why are you choosing to do this on purpose? Like, make sure you know that. And like I said, you just find that purpose for you. Give yourself permission to get crazy excited. And if I was you, one of the things that I like to do, if you're not part of a 90-day push already, if you're like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to go all in. Like, let's do this. So today's August 17th. I would get a calendar, and on November 17th, I would circle it real big. I'm like, until that day, I'm all in. Until that day, my foot is pressed on the gas and it's not coming off. And it's a 90-day period. Until that day, I'm not looking up. Until that day, I'm not looking to the left or the right to compare. Until that day, I am focused straight ahead on where I want my feet to go, on what I need to do, on celebrating consistency, on following the steps that I know lead to success. Until that day, like, I'm all in. And it just completely changes the game whenever you can do that and refuse to let your foot off the gas. Refuse to let your foot off the gas during that 90-day push. And here's the other thing. And then I'm going to talk about, and then I'll talk about color personalities and kind of wrap it up. But whenever you do a 90-day push, I feel like I need to warn you guys. Whenever you do a 90-day push, if y'all are wanting to, the first 30 days, it's weird. Because the first 30 days you go all in, like, we're day 17 right now. The first 30 days you go all in and you're like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. And some of your team's on board. And like by day 4, they're like not on board. They're like entered the witness protection program. You can't get a hold of them and you don't really know what's going on. But you're like, but I'm still here. Be careful also what you speak on your team, because if you're constantly saying my team doesn't show up, my team doesn't work, my team doesn't want this, that's exactly what you're going to keep getting. So if that's something that you're falling in the trap of, which I think we all have, please, please, please start speaking life over your business. That's manifesting, whole different topic, but please start saying, I bring in rock stars. I bring in people that want this as bad as me. People message me that already have money. People message me that want what I have. People come into this ready to match my grit. People come into this like ready to go. Okay? Only say that from here on out. Because if you keep staying in that trap of saying, well, I sign people, but they quit. Or I sign people and I can help them go VIP, but they never go 4K. Or I sign people and I can help them go 4K, but I never can get them to 12K. Does any of that sound familiar? Like, really, really watch. Or I sign people, but they never get a kit. I sign people, but they never have money. Be very, very careful over your words, guys, because you're speaking it into existence. So just change it to, I enroll rock stars. I enroll people that want it. People come to me. Just really kind of watch those words. But anyways, in those first 30 days, so you commit and everything. But in those first 30 days, there's so much going on beneath the surface that you don't see. And that's what I've been trying to talk to everyone about so much here recently, because it's like, maybe you can sense a little vibration. Maybe you can sense a little bit of excitement, but nothing really comes out of those first 30 days besides you just being consistent. And then the second 30 days happen, and maybe you feel a little bit more, maybe you see a little bit more, maybe somebody comes in that's a little bit more excited, but still just nothing like big happens. And then the last 30 days, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how we went 200K. Like, I don't know how we went 80K in 30 days. Like, I don't know. And it's because of that first 30 and second 30 where everything was going on beneath the surface that you could not see. Like, you have to have that undying faith of just knowing consistency pays off, of just knowing other people that have been in this industry for years and years and years are telling you it's going to come. Keep your foot on the gas. It's going to come. Don't look left or right. It's going to come. Stay focused on where you're going. It's going to come. Remember your why. It's going to come. Wake up and do it on purpose. Because even if you wake up and you decide to skip a day, even if you wake up, it's still a decision that you make. Like, you decide if you want to skip a day. You decide if you want to go all in. But guys, with the setup we have right now, that's why I'm so excited that you're doing this at this time of year. Because do you understand that the setup you have right now, we have new products that are about to come out, and this is leading straight into the holidays. So if you're not part of a 90-day push and you start a 90-day push, do you not see that that is leading right into the holidays? Do you not see the people that you're going to be bringing on board are going to get to see a life-changing, possibly Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever that looks like for them. I remember the Christmas where we could not afford anything. It was not good. I mean, we could not even afford a tree. It wasn't a good Christmas. I cried my eyes out. I get so emotional during this time every single year, because I know there's going to be mamas and dads that come into this and all they want is to be able to get their child's big item on their Christmas list for the first time ever. They've never been able to get that big item, I want to help them do that. Like, I get so emotional over stuff like that. And so I want to help people get the big item. And it starts right now. It starts in August. That 90-day push that leads, and that's what I've been telling people. I'm like, the 90-day push we're doing, it leads until Halloween. But November, it's not like it stops. It's not like, oh, Halloween, done, 90 days, check. No, it keeps going. And that momentum goes straight into November. And then it goes straight into December. And then we're going into the new year. And y'all already know New Year's in health and wellness companies, it's like gold mining season. So this is the setup for fourth quarter. I don't know. I like sports, so I'm all about fourth quarter. But anyways, oh my gosh, Lexi, I'm so happy. Seriously, I prayed so much over this, and I'm just so honored that you guys asked me to be a part of it, and I get to kick it off. And like I said, just be a sponge this week and go all in. Whatever is holding you back, burn it. So I've been in this industry for, like I said, almost 9 years, and burning my fears is something I have done so many times. And I have seasoned network marketers that are clearly on my Facebook. And on July 31st, whenever I knew I was starting a 90-day push on August 1st, I knew there was some fears that were holding me back. And I told my husband, I said, I'm going to burn them. I'm going to post it on social media. And he's like, Kayla, you've done this so many times. I'm like, I don't care. I'm doing it again. There's just so much power behind burning those fears, burning those limited beliefs that are holding you back. So many beliefs that you have brought since childhood. Guys, you were made this way on purpose. You know that, right? You were made this way on purpose. Why are you trying to be like somebody else? That's not what anybody needs. We need your authentic self. You were made this way on purpose. Burn the limited beliefs. You think you can't read? You don't need to read. Hit the voice clip. Were you a high school dropout? That's cool. There's high school dropouts that are millionaires here. Were you a teen mom? That's cool. We've got teen moms that are millionaires. Guys, seriously, success does not discriminate. You were made this way on purpose. Why not own it all and step into all that power and just see what you can make happen? Stop trying to be like anybody else and own exactly who you are. Your dreams, your goals. And who was that? I made a status the other day, and it was talking about how I remember one of my goals was to be able to get popcorn and candy at the movie theater. And it seemed so silly, but it's something that made me excited. Guys, make sure they're your goals, whatever they are. And if they don't seem like big enough, they're put on your heart and your mind for a reason. Chase them. This is your vehicle that can make it happen. Why not put your foot all the way down on the gas just to see what you can do? Okay. Last thing, and then I'm going to turn it over if you have any questions or anything like that. And it's color personalities. If y'all have not taken the color personality quiz, I highly, highly recommend it. The one I do is the one that has 4 color personalities: red, green, yellow, and blue. Red is going to be like, I'm not even going to tell you, because sometimes whenever I explain the 4 personality colors, people like automatically are like, oh yeah, I'm a red, or oh yeah, I'm a yellow. Take the quiz, okay? Like, just trust me, take the quiz, because you also can change as you age and as you go through life. But whenever you figure that out, whenever you're doing your post and you start posting towards a certain color personality, because if you're a red and all you're posting about is making money, then you're not going to attract any yellows, blues, or greens. If you're a blue and all you're posting about is going on trips and partying and having all the fun with all your team, you're not going to attract any reds or greens. If you're a yellow and all you're posting about is all the different ways that our company gives back and how we help so many people, you're not going to attract you're probably not posting about money at all. So you're missing out on reds and blues. And that's something that's really, like, I've been trying to drill in with people, is we're so quick to go live and share our Thrive story of what these products have done for us, which are amazing. But when's the last time that you went live with somebody and they shared their income story? Like, we can't say income, but they shared like what this business has done for them, what this income side, the opportunity side has done for them. Make sure you're sharing that too. So it's really cool whenever you start talking color personalities, because then it's like, you know, am I just posting for yellows? Am I just posting for blues? And when is the last time I made an opportunity post? When is the last time I did a promoter live? When is the last time I did that in my stories? And then whenever you do start signing your promoters, figuring out their color personality, because that's what motivates them. If you were trying to motivate a yellow with money, they're not going to be motivated by that. They're just not. If you're trying to motivate a green with helping people, it's probably not gonna, if they're not yellow green, it's probably not going to motivate them very much. So know their color personalities. That's what's going to motivate them, and that's going to help you set their goals, find out their why, you know, all that fun stuff. So color personalities is just something that we've known for forever, but it's really come up big here recently. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that, because it changes your business when you figure out what color you are, and then you look at how are your statuses, how are your stories, and how are you training, how are you coaching, how are you trying to motivate your team, making sure you're keeping those in mind. All right, guys, that is, I think, all I have down on my notes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I had butterflies before this. I know Q was messaging me and she's like, I've got butterflies. I'm like, I've got butterflies.
I know, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I had butterflies. Oh my goodness. So yes, I will say the one thing that you said is my favorite, which I meant to open up with this, is that what we do is self-development with a comp plan. I mean, you guys, coming from someone else, it may have hit you, but self-development is so important. It's so important. Oh my goodness. Why not go all in? I have notes. Hold on. Let me get to my notes. One thing I do want to say is watch how you speak over your team, watch how you speak over your business. I will tell you, Tommy and I went from 40 to 80K in a week. And everybody always says, how did you do it? And I'm like, I have no idea. But we spoke it into existence, and people do not believe in the affirmations and everything like that. But oh my goodness, we are so big on that, speak it into existence. Our mirror, like Tommy said, looks like graffiti all over it. We're always writing down our goals. Leanne knows. She stayed at my house before. Our mirror is like 200K. Every time you choose to quit, you disqualify yourself. Like, we are big on that. And, you know, you can preach it so much, but you guys have to really believe it. You have to believe it. The core 4, I hope you guys wrote that down: the statuses and stories, the messaging every day, expanding your network, the follow-up, celebrate consistency, small wins, guys. I mein, if you make a small goal to get 3 customers, celebrate that. If you get your 3 customers, celebrate if you get 1. That I love. 90-day push is something that I actually saw you talking about, and I have started putting that together for our team. I want to do it for Thanksgiving, because I will tell you, yesterday I had a couple of ladies on my team. I just wanted to just do like a mini like prep for it, just to see for the team, and I made them come over and we did 90-day push boards,
Vision boards.
So we got small boards, and I'm like, where do you want your life to be? Like, it is a huge goal for me to be able to sponsor a family for Thanksgiving, give them all their whole meal and money to go shopping for Christmas, you know? So 90-day push is coming for our team. And there was something else I wanted to say. I was like writing everything down. So make waves, guys. Don't dip your toe in it. I have so many notes. Go all in. Kayla, I cannot thank you enough for doing this. You opened up our revival. I mean, and we have so much more coming this week, guys, but how is that for the opening? I mean, in the chat, drop your notes. I know Leanne's got something going on the page. Drop your notes. Say thank you to Kayla, because she just poured life into you, because she poured it into me. So I know she poured it into you. And you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour into others. You cannot pour into your business unless your cup is full. So thank you so much, Kayla. I appreciate you. This will not be the last time that you speak to our team, okay? And this is not the end for us. Like, if you need anything, please reach out.
Seriously, just thank y'all so much. And now knowing like y'all are about to go into a 90-day push, like that gives me all the chills, because there's just so much, like, so much comes and it just happens in that 90-day period. And we're day 17 in it right now. And just knowing like y'all's is coming, I cannot wait to watch and just see just so much. It's like, I don't know. I'm excited for y'all, but thank you so much for having me on anytime. I am so honored that I got to kick this off. Whenever I saw my name first, I was like, oh yeah. And then I got nervous, but thank you so much.
All right, guys, I hope that everybody got their notes in, has their cup full. Give yourself permission to go all in, guys. Make waves. And this is officially over. Good night, guys.